The Agriculture and Natural Resources Pathway is one of the most exciting and newest pathways that we have here at Poudre High School. Students get to participate in a variety of hands-on, real-world applicable skills. They also have the opportunity to be a part of the FFA, which is a national organization. It's one of the biggest student-run organizations in the United States. And students will get to learn about a variety of different agriculture concepts, from ag mechanics to ag business, plant science, animal science, natural resource sciences, which includes like fisheries and wildlife management, pretty much anything that has to do with growing and producing food or clothing.
I like how much of like a family feel it has, along with the opportunities it gives you to get involved in the real world and really learn about the possibilities in agriculture, but also how agriculture affects other aspects of the world and communities, and not that you can be involved in agriculture without just being a farmer or a rancher.
One of the most unique things about the Ag and Natural Resources Pathway is that students have the opportunity to actually practice hands-on what they're learning. So for example, instead of just reading out of a textbook about biodiesel, students actually get to make biodiesel in class. And the FFA is an important part of the Ag and Natural Resources Pathway. Students will have the opportunity to actually go judge horses or livestock or participate in a meats judging contest. So everything that we learn in class has a directly hands-on and real-world applicable skill that students will get to practice.
It's a very involved program, so you really get to know the other people in that ag program, as well as you have the choice of being very involved in FFA, which gives you the opportunity to participate in a lot of like organization club stuff.
People can't survive without agriculture. You eat every day, you get dressed every day, and all of that comes from agriculture. So everything that we learn in class is directly applicable to anybody in the whole world. And so kids get to learn about wiring electrical circuits, or how to raise animals, or how to raise their own food in a garden. And anything that they learn in class can be directly applicable to real world situations, including the leadership and public speaking and communication skills that we practice through the FFA. Even if you don't want to go into a farming or a ranching career or be a mechanic, you can apply that to the business world or economics. Anywhere you go, you're going to need to be able to effectively communicate with people.
Hello, I'm Mr. Weissman with the Engineering Pathway here at Poudre High School. And what is engineering? What do we study? What do we do here? That's a good question. Engineering exists so that we can make the world a better place. That's what we do. How do we practice being engineers? We start with solving small problems, and we work up building our skills and abilities and our knowledge to solve bigger and bigger problems. A good example of how we solve problems is we build products, and we model them, we design them on our computers, and then we print them using 3D printers out of plastic, or we manufacture them out of real steel and aluminum. What we do in the engineering pathway is we study the design cycle. How does any product go from an idea to a finished actual thing, and what's the best way to get there? Students are given a number of challenges. They have to prove that they have the skills and ability and knowledge to solve smaller problems, and then we ramp up in complexity and we design solutions to ever more complex problems. We use 21st century technology to help students just like you design solutions that make your world a better place. How can you help solve these problems? How can you make the world a better place?
Okay, I like the engineering classes because you get to explore a lot of different mediums in which to practice your problem-solving skills. So you start off on the computer, 3D printing out objects, and then you move into the wood shop and create a kinetic toy. Then you end in the metal shop and creating various projects in there. It's really cool that you get to do all those different things in just one semester and get to explore a lot of different mediums and ways that people in the real world, in the industry, use their problem-solving skills.
We explore engineering concepts across the curriculum. For example, in one of our social studies classes, we're studying ancient Egypt. How did they build those pyramids? And then in one of our tech ed classes, we are building a prototype using Egyptian technology to move heavy things. We use real tools, real machinery, handling real materials to solve real problems. If you enjoy working with your hands, if you enjoy critical thinking, if you enjoy solving problems, this is the pathway for you. Plus, it's the most fun.
The Arts and Humanities pathway is intended for students who have an interest in careers in the arts, in the humanities, that can be performing arts, visual art, any kind of creative endeavor, and not just career interests, because a lot of 14-year-olds don't really have much of an interest or know what they want to do for a job yet. But the idea is to give those students an opportunity to form a smaller learning community within our large high school. That's a little less overwhelming, so they feel like they're part of a smaller community and they get to know some of those people better, they know those teachers better, and they get some exposure to careers in the arts and humanities and that are just related to that area.
So what I really enjoyed about being in an art-centered learning program was that you have a small community of people who are all interested in the same things that you're interested in, and you can bounce your ideas off each other. It's just like a really good place to come up with ideas. And also the fact that it pushes creating your own ideas versus I felt like the rest of school was maybe taking in other people's ideas. And you know, while that's great and all, I think that like learning how to come up with your own original content and make great art is a skill you'll need the rest of your life. So I would highly recommend it.
Students in the Arts and Humanities pathway will have a lot of opportunities that are unique to our pathway and the pathway model here at Poudre. The hope is to get students out into the community to meet professionals who are working in arts and humanities related careers, so they can talk to those people, learn what those jobs really are all about, and learn, you know, sort of every aspect of those careers and those jobs, not just the technical skills as an artist, say, but also how do you take those art skills that you have and that you've developed and apply those in a way that you can make a living at it.
It was a much smaller learning community within Poudre, which was really wonderful for being able to make connections and having kind of like a supportive family while here at Poudre, who are all like-minded people who really enjoy being creative and allowing your learning to be driven by your passion for arts or humanities.
Hello, I'm Mr. Long. I'm the lead of the Entrepreneurship Academy at Poudre High School. I just wanted to take this opportunity to tell you a little about our pathway. So first and foremost, you know, when we think about entrepreneurs, we think about those people that start their own businesses, that work for themselves, that go out and do their own thing. So if you are an individual that has thought about running your own business, being your own boss, then you by all means belong in the entrepreneurship pathway. I think what you learn from this pathway and what you gain from this pathway goes far beyond that though. Students will learn the basics of how a business functions, a general understanding of our economy, principles of marketing, all of which are going to help you in your life, whether you're trying to get into a college, you're trying to get a new job, you're trying to pursue a new love interest. Marketing skills are what you need to kind of succeed and get ahead.
I joined this pathway because I wanted to own my own fishing business when I grow up, so I felt like it would be the best for me.
I joined to market like my own business, knowing how to like know and like sell my products to the right people and how to like persuade them into buying it. For one, marketing, which I'm in right now, is we were learning about advertisements, how companies right now are advertising, how they do their graphics, how they geographics everything, where they want to sell it, how they want to sell it. And in that you will also like create your own ads, trying to figure out like where the perfect place is for that.
I can see business through the lenses of all my core classes. Like in history, we're just learning how business has evolved over time. And then in science, we're learning how to like advertise products and make the world a better place.
So as a freshman and sophomore, you'll be introduced to classes like Introduction to Business, Marketing, and Economics. Beyond that, we've got several different directions we can go in the entrepreneurial pathway. So if you're interested in fashion design or food and nutrition, we've got a great catering program that leads into our Poudre food truck. We've got an excellent computer programming, game design, web design. So whatever your interest, food, fashion, business, computers, we've got a place for you here in the Entrepreneurship Academy, and we'd love to have you. So bring it.
Hi, I'm Jason Malone. I'm the IB Middle Years Program Coordinator at Poudre High School. And one of my big jobs here at Poudre is to work directly with the IB Diploma Pathway. The IB Diploma Pathway focuses on a holistic education for all students, focusing on critical and creative thinking, and more than anything prepares students to take college-level work at the 11th and 12th grade.
I like how there's major teacher involvement and positive peer pressure for everybody to succeed, because it is a very rigorous program and everyone pushes each other to do better.
There are a lot of things that make the IB program different than other pathways in the building. Some of those are a commitment to the community through service, large student-oriented projects, student design projects that focus on writing and research skills and really prepare students for any opportunity they might have after high school.
So the personal project is what you do sophomore year for IB overall, and you get to pick any subject. I personally did meditation, but a few of my friends did scuba diving, and one kid built a go-kart that was life-size, so that was really cool. And you get to work on time management, and you just kind of have to go outside your box because it's not within the school itself. It's more on your own time, and so you meet mentors and you just kind of become an expert in your subject and get to explore it. Everyone has each other's backs. As odd as it sounds, if I need help from a student who does really well in physics or science area, they'll help me out and I can help them in one of my better subjects, such as English, and it feels like everybody wants to help each other. So the IB community, I just feel like, is so tight, and all of my friends are in it, all my best friends are in it. We hang out together and do study hall, work on homework, but we also have fun too. And we help out the community through lots of community service. And if given the choice to do it again, I definitely would.
It's experiencing a conceptual, skills-based curriculum that pushes all learners to be thinkers, strong communicators, and thoughtful collaborators. When students leave IB, they're really ready for any path, whether that be college, career, or citizenship.
My name is Mark Buffington. I am the pathway lead for the Health and Human Services pathway. The pathway is designed to offer students an opportunity to explore career fields related to education, health, and other service-related industries.
The great thing about this pathway is the variety of jobs that you have, whether it's from hospitality and tourism, from like a personal trainer at a gym or law and public safety to help serve people in those ways.
Cross-curricular opportunities within the Health and Human Services pathway give students an opportunity, for instance, to look at how diseases would look in a 21st century science class. In a history class, they give them a chance to see how those diseases might impact different cultures in different ways at different times throughout history. In a teen choices class, how those diseases could impact themselves and their classmates.
So it's great having similar people in the same classes as you. It's a great way to share interests and learn about each other and possibly work with each other in the future.
So the Health and Human Services pathway offers students an opportunity to go on career cab field trips, and within those career cabs, students get a chance to see what goes on behind the scenes in a forensics lab and what does personal fitness look like, at a health center.
You go into a different kind of work area, and they tell you about that work area, whether it's what they do, what their daily routine looks like, what their salary is. It's a great way to just explore different jobs. Recently I went on the sheriff's office and to Miramont Fitness Center. We learned about all the different things that you can do in law, whether it's CSI, whether it's SWAT, whether it's a K-9 unit or anything like that. And
what you see around us fits nicely in the Health and Human Services pathway. Poudre High School puts on one of the largest canned food drives in northern Colorado. And it is a student body initiative, student-wide. The more opportunities students have to lead now, the better this world will be. And so within the Health, Science, and Human Services pathway, students' ethic of service is developed and fostered, as well as their ability to lead. And so students have opportunities to do some hands-on work, as well as to do some civic engagement and social awareness.